Hey everyone, this is Antonasia bringing you a quick Lost Ark video to explain some things about the cash shop that you might not know. So let's get started with that. So I'm playing on the Korean server, so the prices are going to be a little bit different, but I want to try to explain this pay to win. So the first good point about the shop is you've got Mary's Secret Shop. Here, she sells a lot of materials that are used for gear enhancement. So let's say you're working for 12 hours that day and you miss two of the sales for some odd reason. It actually saves those sales and it tells you the time and when that sale happened, so you can still make that purchase and you don't have to worry about, oh, I have to rush home and log in, or I have to log in on my break. You could just take your time, and when you come back, just cycle through the sale period times and boom, you can buy what you need. It has the last three. This is the current one, this is the one before that, and this is the one. So it saves throughout the entire day. I should also add that you can only make these purchases once per sale period. So if you buy everything on this, there you can't buy it again until you get another sale. So you can theoretically you can buy everything on Mary's Secret Shop for the day, but you can't buy multiple of these packages. Let's say for 51 coins, you can't do that. Now, you have some packages here, like for example this one. You can purchase this package for 3 times and then it's gone. And these are tier 3 upgrade materials. Probably on NA release it'll have tier 2, maybe max will be tier 2, but yeah, this is tier 3. So as you can see, even if you spend a lot of money, there is a limit to these special bonus packages that you can buy. You can't just keep buying them infinitely over and over. Alright, so here, this package that you can buy 3 of, and then that's it, it's gone forever, or at least for a month or 2, something like that. These are things that are required to upgrade your gear. These drop in Chaos Dungeon, but on the Korean server, they are bound to each character. So no matter how many alts you have, once you pick these up, they're bound to that alt. If you buy them on the cash shop, you can then sell them on the auction house. This is just shilling. Each coin gives you 20,000 shilling, and these are also required materials that are used to upgrade your gear. Now, we have another package that's you can only buy it 3 times, but these are upgrade crystals that are used to upgrade your gear as well. There's a lot of materials that you need to upgrade your gear, but these are shared across all characters. So if you've got 5 alts and you run Chaos Dungeon and you pick up all of these, you can share them with the characters, all your characters. You can feed these to your main. The only ones you can't feed to your main are the ones that you get from like quest rewards or maybe special packages, things like that. But the ones you pick up in Chaos Dungeon, you can share with your alts and main. These red ones are for the weapon. These blue ones are for armor. Again, another thing of crystals that you need for upgrading. And then they also give you some of the blue crystals that are used to buy things from the auction house and give you convenience things. I'll talk about these crystals more specifically in another video. Now, this is where things get a little bit pay to win. These crystals 1, 2, and 3 are used for giving you a better chance of upgrading your gear. So you do have a limit to how many of these you can use per try. But yeah, basically, I think when you get to the upper levels of upgrading your gear, this one offers you like a 0.10% chance of making it. This one offers you maybe zero point 0.3 or 0.5, and this one offers you 1%. So basically, when you stop and think about it, if you've got a normal 1% chance of upgrading your gear from, let's say, 19 to 20, and you use 10 of these, you're at a 2% chance. Then you use 3 of these, you're at a 3.5% chance. And then you use 2 of these, you're at like a 5% chance of upgrading from 19 to 20. Yeah, you're gonna use a lot of these. And upgrading gear to plus 25, it can be almost impossible for some people. So now let's talk about how you turn these paid gold crystals into blue crystals, and then you change blue crystals into gold. So you can buy lots of these crystal packages. There's one, as you notice, the ones that you can only buy once. Normally, the reason there's so many, they release one for each new class. So this one is for Scouter, this one is for Reaper, this one is for like Warlord, the Witch or Sorceress, etc., etc. So they normally put out one with each new class that drops. Then there's some that drop with item level. Oh, you can only open it once you get to a certain item level. So yeah, whales can have massive amounts of blue crystals. All right, so let's say you are a whale or you're a normal player and you need gold. You don't want to make a lot of alts. You don't want to do all that. You just want to play your main and enjoy the game. Well, here's what you can turn the premium currency and these blue crystals into. You go to this little auction house, which is more like a stock market, and it tells you 100 crystals is about 1,070 gold. You would sell 100 crystals, you would get 1,070 gold. However, since I don't have enough, I only have 22, they would take $2.75 roughly of my premium currency and convert that to crystals, and then convert those crystals into gold. So as you can see, you can basically purchase as many crystals as you want and convert those crystals into gold in game. And then this is the reverse. You're buying crystals with gold. So I want 1,000 crystals minus taxes and fees. That's how much gold it would cost me, 10,800. And then you just buy the crystals like that. So that's how you do the conversion, and you buy and sell gold and crystals. All right, so now we get over to the costumes, and here's where things get a little bit tricky and people might get upset. So once you're in the cash shop, you can just hit this arrow and it cycles through the different costumes that you get to select. You can only select one costume. I like this one. And then it shows you the different mounts as well, mount colors. And then it shows you the different pets that you can get. And you can hit this little button out here to expand it. And then you could move it around and see exactly how good you look in that costume. Now, these costumes come with certain perks and benefits. For example, this outfit right here, 3 of the pieces have a plus 1% to power. So I would get plus 3% to power, which will increase my DPS a little bit. We'll say a little bit, not a lot, a little bit. So 3% more power based on these cosmetics. But some people might say, that's not fair. You're paying to win. It's 3%, but that's still a lot. Yes, I understand 3% is a lot to some people, even though it's marginal in my eyes. Some people say, "Hey, it's a pay to win service." All right. Then the weapon skins themselves, most of them have a plus 1% power. So you're looking at plus 4% power on the normal costumes that people buy from the cash shop. So yeah, I do 4% more damage, I guess, than someone of the same class and build that doesn't have a costume. But there's a caveat here. Let me go back. In my inventory, oh look, this is a costume they gave away for free. So this one gives me plus 2% power. This one gives me plus 1% power. As you can see, the one I have on right now is plus 1%. That's the one I bought from the cash shop. And this piece and the other bottom half each have a 1% power increase. So this free 2-piece set is still giving me plus 3% power. And it doesn't look as badass as the ones on the cash shop, but you still get the same stats and 3% power. And if you wanted to go buy a weapon skin, you would get a 1% extra boost in power. But you can also go to the auction house and you can just buy weapon skins and be done with it like that. There's tons of weapon skins everywhere on the auction house that you can buy, and they have 1% power, 1% power, 1% power. So yeah, it's not that big a deal. If you really want that 1%, you can just come here and buy one. So now we go into one of the final things, mileage. Now, I've spent about $227 USD in this game since I began playing. And that's basically what this mileage thing is. The more you spend, the more mileage you get. You go over to this last tab, and in here, it's got several things that can only be bought with mileage. There's no other way to get these items except with mileage. So yes, you will see whales that are rocking these outfits that you just cannot buy unless you spent big bucks. And it does kind of suck a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. It's crappy, but there should be, I personally feel there should be a reward for people who drop that much money because they're keeping the game afloat. If you're a free player, you're not spending money in the game, and the game has to make money. The economy has to be stimulated somehow. So yeah, there's nothing bad about whales. They're the ones that buy this stuff. They're the ones that they don't want to make alts. They want to do everything to go faster. So yeah, they might have a higher gear score than you, but they're also the ones that are paying the bills. They're the ones that are supporting the company. If you're a pure free to play player, then yeah, the game has to make money somehow. So you can't hate on whales. Nobody makes a game for free. This is still a company. They need to make money. But it's not as pay to win as you think it is. Do these mounds and other things move a little bit faster? Some of them do. They might move like, I don't know a specific percentage of how faster they move. But yeah, they look badass and they move a little bit quicker. They also have special skills that are executed when you press a button and they're just standing still, or you press spacebar and they get like a boost in speed for a short time. I would totally hit that, but yeah. Just going on to talk about how people might see this as pay to win, but that outfit is amazing. Hold on. I just have to see what she's got. Okay. 1430 gear with a costume. 1% power, 1% power, 1% power, 1% power. You could probably buy this off of the auction house for a set amount of gold. But when we actually get to the gear progression, see, once you get to plus 15, with the highest amount of chaos dungeon gear, there you should be able to do all of the content in the game once everything is plus 15. There's no reason you shouldn't be able to do it. Now, the pay to win aspect comes when you want to progress past that, because it becomes heavily RNG. I'm talking about 5% chance of upgrading to the next tier, then 3%, then 2%. So yes, there are some whales that are going to just completely buy out everything they can from the cash shop, and then they're going to buy gold, they're going to buy mats from the auction house. Yeah. But at plus 15, which is fairly easy attainable, all you have to do is just play the game. Once your gear is plus 15, you will be able to do all of the content. Will you be hitting as hard as someone that spent $5,000 in a game to upgrade their gear? No way. If you shouldn't even think that. And it shouldn't even bother you, because this guy that's hitting like a truck is probably in your same dungeon helping you kill the boss faster. Can you kill the boss without him? Of course you can. But then that depends on your skill level. Can you actually do it or not? So yeah, out of all the games I've played, I don't feel Lost Ark is pay to win at all. Like, yeah, there's certain benefits and bonuses, but if you've got time, you can make alts and then still get high in gear progression. You won't be number one like Jadal, who spent $700,000 in the game. He had multiple number one gear scored characters, and you could see, if you're talking about, if he only did 7, you're talking about $100,000 per character to get them to max gear score. Do you need to be at max gear score to clear content? Of course not. Does it help your ego? Of course it does. Is $700,000 a lot of money? Yeah, it is. Maybe not to him, but to me, yeah, I estimate at max I would spend no more than $500 in this game ever. You don't need to spend a lot of money in the game, and you don't need to feel jealous of people with higher gear scores when you're at plus 15 gear. There's no reason to. So this talk of whether the shop is pay to win or not, I hope it could be put to rest as pay to progress. You can get to plus 15 easily, but are you going to get to plus 20? Not without some alts, or spending some real money on some mats. And that's the cold hard truth. So if you can't accept that truth, then this game might not be for you. As you can see, plus 20 is so hard that when someone actually levels gear to plus 20 or higher, it broadcasts a message on the server saying, hey, this person actually managed to get to that gear score. Congratulations to them. It is not an easy task at all. So with that, I'm going to wrap up this video, and I'm going to try to get her number so I could talk to her. And yeah, I'll talk to you all in the next video. I wish you all a fun journey, and see you on NA Beta.